Yeah guys, so I'm gonna do an updated review of the Salomon Assassin. I had already filmed an updated review a couple weeks ago when I still had the board. I sent it in for warranty. Salomon reviewed it and they deemed that it was a defective board. So some of the complaints I had about the top sheet being weak were just a defect. The paint was also a defect. So now that I've had some time to sit and think about it for a while, the Salomon Assassin would actually make a really good pow board. The soft flex in the nose and tail would make it really easy to lean back and sit back in the pow. It'd also be a bit more forgiving if you sunk in. I've had a couple times riding my old K2 that I wish I had the Salomon because the kick on the front of the nose was so much higher on the Salomon than it is on my old K2. There's been a couple times where I've landed a little front heavy in powder, and I do wish that I had that kick on the front. Yeah, a lot of people were commenting on the past video asking me about the length of the nose with it being a directional twin. Just to clear things up, the nose actually isn't any longer than the tail. So in the centered stance, I measured the nose and tail and they were the same. So the only thing that I could really tell that was directional in it was maybe the side cut and the actual height of the nose and tail, where I think the nose was a little bit higher than the tail was. For me, I honestly probably would buy this board again. So in the 163 wide that I had, they were out of stock with Salomon and with the shop that I had. So I had to go with a different board. Stay tuned for that board review. That'll come after I've got a few more days on it. But if I was gonna get this board again, I think I would have it either dedicated as a strictly POW board or just a rail board. Just because of the quadralizer side cut, carving wasn't as good, but those little setup slides getting into rails was perfect. Yeah, and the stability on the rails between the bindings was good, and the pressing was a lot easier on that board than the new board that I have now. So I can definitely see myself using it in a just park scenario or a just POW scenario, which is kind of interesting that you have a board that can really do either or, but isn't really that great in the middle. My only input for the Assassin with Salomon is that they could put a normal side cut on it, somewhere in the range of like a 7 to 8 foot radius, depending on your size of the board. I think that would really make this the perfect all-around board, and then possibly stiffen up the nose and tail just a slight bit. That, again, though, could be fixed with the Salomon Assassin Pro, which apparently is a little bit stiffer than the Salomon Assassin. So take that for what you will. I still would recommend this board for someone who's trying to set up their game in the rails. And I never got to ride it in POW, but I could see where this board in POW would be really fun to ride. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. If you guys have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them down below. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. If you guys find this helpful, hit that thumbs up. But if you guys want to see more, subscribe, because I'm posting videos at least once a week, if not 2 to 3 times a week, depending on how many times they get to go up. And yeah, have a good one, guys. Peace. Hey guys, so we're doing an updated review of this guy, the 2019 Salomon Assassin. Yeah, if you're watching this now, I no longer have this board. I sent it back. I'm not sure what they did with this top sheet, but it's incredibly weak. After a few days of riding, notice underneath my front binding, on this black matte paint here, all of the paint had been completely stripped away. I'm gonna show you guys some close-ups of that. There's also a few portions of the paint in the top sheet that don't go all the way to the edge that expose the core of the board from the side. Yeah, so you can see it on the right side edge on this side and then on this other left side edge right here. It doesn't quite make it all the way to the edge. That is straight up a manufacturer defect. There's no reason for that at all. Also, I think I probably have 12, 13 days on this board now. And just from normal wear and tear, like, I can't believe how fast this board breaks down. Just standing in line the other day, I had a skier straddle me. So his skis were on either side of the tail of my board. And from just one single knock, there's a huge 1-inch chip off the edge of my board. I couldn't believe that a single knock took that much out. The K2 that I've been riding for 8+ years, I've had people run into in the line. I had my girlfriend completely ride over the nose of my board, and all it did was barely scratch the top paint off of my top sheet. This board, I think if you were gonna get it, you'd have to be riding powder only. I don't see where resort riding with this thing is really gonna be that great. They kind of marketed it as like they're all around powder, park board, but honestly only see this thing as being a powder board if you have the lightest of snow. Flex in the nose and tail are so soft that if you ever lay in back seat, you're gonna wash out really easily. It still holds its line great in the park, but they claim that this quadralizer side cut is supposed to be great for like really laying into carves, but I found that you have to lean really far to get those carves, and with me and my boot size, I boot out almost every time I do that. And you have to be really charging to get that carve in. It's not really good at doing low speed carving, those tight fun carves when you're just messing around. Not really doable on this board. I got back on one of my old boards with a normal side cut on it the other day, and those carves felt immediately better and so much smoother at all speeds. So yeah, by the time this gets posted, I'm not gonna have this board anymore. Sending it over to Salomon to have them check it out. Either they're gonna give the shop that I got it through the money back and I can get a new board, or I'm gonna end up having this thing back and it's gonna be a complete thrasher. But yeah, so we'll have to see what happens. So the other thing that I found on this board is that the edges are super weak. The Salomon on this board has a 1 and 2 degree bevel that's supposed to help you with a catch-free edge. So yeah, just doing basic board slides to the park, there's a few burls on this edge that I really can't believe are on it from the minimal amount of riding that I've been putting into it. Yeah, so other than the centered base, I really can't believe that this board costs $500. Everything in it just seems to be cheap to me. I don't know whether it's just I got the one defect out of the whole bunch, but so it seems like this may just be the quality of Salomon snowboards, which would make sense why it's not in any of the local shops here in Tahoe. So yeah, we're gonna have to see what happens and how Salomon handles this warranty process.